All right, so let's jump to a more fun story, or a more upbeat story. Let's get into this next one here. So this comes from the Chicago Sun-Times by Dale Bowman on January 12th. An Indiana record Burbot gives a chance to dive into the most unusual freshwater fish. So they started out, go perch fishing on Lake Michigan and catch a record Burbot. I'm shocked as everyone else, said Anthony Burke, who made his first Burbot something special. He was fishing for perch Saturday with his brother Matt in 60 feet of water in Northwest Portage when he caught the Indiana record Burbot of 14.36 pounds. Lo and behold, I got a nice fish, he said this week. Burke caught his fish on a homemade perch rig with 2-inch soft plastic on the bottom. Burke goes on to say, it fought for a while, but didn't feel like a salmon, kind of rolling around like a catfish, he said. As soon as it got to the boat, I knew I had something. He weighed it at 14 pounds 7 ounces at Sportsman's Den in Cedar Lake, then reached out to the Indiana Department of Natural Resources Lake Michigan fisheries biologist Ben Dickinson met him Sunday at the DNR offices in Michigan City, where the 37.25-inch Burbot was certified and officially weighed. Philip Dirks caught the previous Indiana record Burbot, 11 pounds 4 ounces on January 10th of 2023, which that's an interesting story. If you go back about a year back, when Philip caught his fish, he had caught that fish about 2 weeks after another fisherman had just broken the Burbot record. I believe it was in the 10-pound range. Again, just a couple weeks prior, which that record, I believe, was held for about 32 years before last year. So a good number of record-breaking fish being caught in recent times here. And they asked how he celebrated. Burke said, I cooked up the perch I caught and had a couple of beers. All right. True fisherman there for you. So they go on to say there's been a string of record Burbot in the last decade in southern Lake Michigan, which I just covered of just over a year ago. There was 2 records broken before this one here. Dixon says they like cool water and generally remain deep, but they spawn in the winter. So after the water cools off, they come in closer to shore, feeding and also spawning. Probably not getting bigger so much as with our recent mild winter weather. A lot more are getting caught, which ups the chances that a potentially large one will be caught. So again, then the article goes in a little bit more depth of some of the other Burbot records for Illinois as well. Again, in that same general area, just depending on where those boundary waters are.